Hello everybody, my name is Stardust0123, and welcome to a special episode with Jake H., the founder of Etach.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, it is an honor to be talking to him, and I did write a little message, since I now have about 10,000 subscribers, which I think is amazing considering I'm getting almost 500 subscribers daily now. I just couldn't imagine that before. It took me many months to get 500 subscribers, and now I'm getting that in a day. So I'd like to thank Jake, how do you pronounce your last name, man?
It's Hough, Jake Hough, yeah.
Hough,
yeah.
Wow. Jake Hough and Jamie, I think his last name is Chitty?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, for inspiring me to keep going on YouTube and to secure my videos from flaggers and trolls. I'd also like to thank Adam Cooper for being the behind-the-scenes legal guy, and without Etach, I'm not sure where I'd be right now. But being with them has shown me the lighter and the darker sides of YouTube. So the first question I have for you is, what is Etach?
Okay, so Etatch is a YouTube network we founded 7 months ago. And yeah, we're a YouTube network. We're currently partnered with Freedom or NETV, and they provide our advertisements. And yeah, we're a YouTube network. We're currently growing at, I'll be honest, a kind of scary rate. But yeah, basically what we do is we offer everyone a non-locking contract and try and give you the best, most personal support possible. And, well, you know that, so...
Oh, yeah. And so, where did the inspiration for Etach come from?
So, it was it's almost 2 years ago now, actually. No, probably a year and a half ago. So I used to work for another YouTube network known as TGN. And during my time with TGN, we had a few mutual differences. But I'm not going to hate on those guys, but basically, long story short, me and Adam just decided, look, why can't we do this ourselves? You know, we've got the tools, we've got the ability, why not? Let's give it a go. So we just went for it. It was kind of a dream. It took us over 6 months to actually become a network. You know, there was a lot of behind-the-scenes planning and preparation.
Yep.
And eventually, you know, we found George, and we got on really well with George, and we've been a network ever since, and I'm not going to lie, there's been a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of hard work, but it's finally starting to pay off, and yeah, I just love what we do here. It's absolutely amazing.
Was there any point where you just knew that you wanted to make your own network and not, like, be a part of, like, something else?
It came a point when me and Adam was just literally, I think we were just playing some Call of Duty, just chilling out, having a chat. And I was just like, this network thing that I'm doing right now is like, I could be doing what my boss is doing. I think I could do a better job than my boss. That was actually what I said. And he's like, why don't we do it? And from that moment on, it was like, we actually could do this. This could become a real thing. And yeah, from that moment on, we really did try hard. There was, you know, it took us 6 months to actually become a network. And I'll be honest, just before we became a network, we almost gave up. You know, we were on the verge of going, look, this isn't going to happen. But I was in an actual Skype call with one of my bosses, and he mentioned George's name and said he was doing some, you know, really interesting new stuff. Obviously, I know George from TGN anyway. So I got in contact with him, and, well, we made this happen. It was a lot of work, a lot of stress. But yeah, just hard work, and it's paying off.
That's amazing. I remember on my YouTube channel, right before that Sinking Ship Simulator, the one that made me go a bit popular, came out, I knew that I was thinking about giving up myself, and ever since that game, we've just been getting stronger, and then I joined you guys, and now we're here. So,
yeah,
what are the roles of the other founders in the network?
Okay, so there's 3 of us that are like the founders. Me and Jamie share responsibilities a lot. I primarily train staff and, you know, monitor our staff. And Jamie handles kind of all applications on our website. So, you know, if you go to attach.co.uk and apply on there to become a partner, Jamie handles all that stuff. And then Adam does all the social media, the legal side of things, like you mentioned earlier. And he helps me with training as well. Kind of the legal side of staff and that kind of thing, he really does help out. But then obviously we've got all our recruiters and other staff that, you know, help us out, because a lot of people don't notice how much work goes into a YouTube network. Like, we're not the biggest YouTube network out there right now. We've got about 600 partners, but it is a ridiculous amount of work. For just 3 of us, it wouldn't be possible to do, and that's why we have all our staff.
So, what is it like to actually, like, run the network? Is it a lot of just being on the computer or talking to, like, new people?
Well, yeah, I sit in the seat, and I'll be honest, it's rare I'm not looking at a monitor. A lot of it is just talking to people, you know, talking to staff, monitoring issues, making sure people are doing their jobs. You know, a lot of people say they're going to do something, and then they don't do it. So it's a lot of, staying on people's backs, making sure things actually happen when they say it's going to happen. But it's just talking to people the majority of the time, and that's why I love it so much. There is spreadsheet work and emails and all that fun stuff, but a lot of the time it's just Skype calls and dealing with people and solving issues. And yeah, I can't express how much I love this job. It's a dream come true.
So, how hard was it to actually start the network, like paperwork to file out, and what did you really have to go through to create it?
So, at the time, there wasn't really... We looked at getting partnered directly with YouTube, and basically that's a no-go nowadays. YouTube are very hard on giving out YouTube CMSs. We're currently discussing the possibilities in the future. But basically, if you want to go directly with YouTube, you need to have something, in your back pocket. Like what we've got right now. We're starting to get in that position where it's looking good. But what we ended up doing is going, with another network and becoming a virtual network underneath them. And that's what we did with Freedom. We partnered with them. They gave us access to their CMS, and we use their network for the ads, and then we do all the other stuff. And actually, right now, we are just starting to launch sub-networks under us. We've had the opportunity to do it for the last, 3 months, but haven't really utilized it. But yeah, now people can literally become a network under Etach, and that's something that Jamie's going to be focusing on 100% going forward. And hopefully, we can work with some really talented people and make some other people's dreams come true.
Oh my, it's just like a sub-network under a sub-network under a sub-network. It's all just amazing fun. So, how do you feel about the parent networks of Freedom and Any.TV? Because I've recently been putting a little bit of criticism out towards Freedom's questionable advertising campaign of 110% revenue shares.
Yeah, so I'm going to be honest, I highly respect George as a businessman, and he is a good friend to me. I owe everything I have to George, I'm going to be honest. But there are times, where George doesn't explain himself as correctly as I think he should. And that's where, we've mentioned it to him before, you need to be a little bit more clear on this. And in the past, he has made, alteration videos to try and fix it and that kind of thing. But like you said, on the 110%, that is a thing. You generally can get 110%.
You cannot get 110%. I actually signed up for the points. I actually signed up for the points. And I was going to receive my payment because it takes 2 months, or Any.TV takes 2 months to process your payments, and they're only giving me the agreed amount that the 70% that we agreed on.
Yeah, I'm not sure when you did that, but right now, if you do have the points and you spend them on, it is working.
Nope.
It did get launched in alpha and beta, and obviously it isn't 100% finished. But
yeah, they told me that it was in beta. I even emailed the general manager of Freedom, and he never actually got back to me.
Yeah, like I said, it is in alpha, beta actually, and I'm not 100% sure what they're doing. I was informed that they were starting to do the payments. I might be wrong on that, but I do know going forward that it is genuinely a thing they're going to do. We've had discussions about it because obviously if we're paying out 110%, that affects us as well. But yeah, it is a thing that going forward is going to be a thing. I just, once again, I think the way it was implemented could have been better. But I know what George is like. He gets very excited when he gets new tools to provide to partners, and he loves to give them out before they're ready. And that's just another example of that, in my opinion.
Okay, so how do you deal with people, like me, who constantly want to talk to you? And I know maybe some other people are like me, and they constantly want to talk to the founders. And how do you guys just kind of manage us?
Work a lot of hours. No, honestly, I'm always replying to Skype messages. I get a lot, I'm not going to lie. Right now, looking at my Skype, I've got 6 messages that I haven't read yet. I get them all the time, but I do my best, to keep on top of them. And I do read every Skype message I get. Obviously, sometimes it's a little bit late.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do our best. Obviously, sometimes a Skype message does, fall through the cracks. And that's why we mainly rely on email. If you send me an email personally, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Or email support or something like that. But it can be hard. We do our best to try and, if someone wants to have a conversation with us, we do our best to do that. But sadly, there's only so many hours in a day. And right now, it's pretty busy.
Yeah. I could imagine. I'm almost going through the same exact thing because I have 8 new Skype contact requests just from when I woke up today. So many. Okay. So, what keeps you working for a network rather than, going to college for some sort of nuclear engineering job and getting some sort of job in France that was your thing?
I think it's a hard thing to explain, but in the past I have obviously worked for other people. And working for yourself is just so much more rewarding. You know, I know, like today, for example, I could do no work if I want. But also, I could do a lot of work. And I know that in the long term, that long work is going to pay off. And it's just knowing that the work we're putting in, we get the rewards down the line. And it's hard to explain. If you've never worked for yourself before, it is very rewarding. It's very stressful. You don't get much time off. You don't get sick pay. You don't get holiday pay. But then you haven't got a boss breathing down your neck, and I can't directly explain it. It's just an amazing feeling. Just because, you know, if you want to make a decision, you make that decision. Obviously, with us, there's 3 of us, and we make decisions as a group. But luckily, we don't really have that many disagreements, and yeah, it's just awesome not having a boss.
And the final question I have written down is, what type of people are like Etach for? Like, what kind of people are you looking for to be in the network?
So right now we are very heavily gaming focused. We always have been. I'd say the network is probably like 98% gaming channels, and I think gaming's always going to be the main part of our network. You know, I love games. All the founders love games. Most of our staff are gamers. It's amazing. But yeah, we are mostly gaming focused. We have literally every video game going within the network nowadays. But we are starting to expand. We've got a lot of new vloggers coming into the network. We've got some musicians coming into the network. And also some tutorial people, you know, like DIY and stuff like that. So, you know, within the next year and upcoming months, we are looking to diversify a little bit. But it's always going to be gaming at the heart. You know, that is what we do. That's what we're good at. And we know you stick to what you're good at, and gaming's that for us.
Okay, well, that's all the questions I have, so thank you for doing this interview with me, Jake. It's been very enlightening to figure out some of the stuff behind the network. And make sure you go check out etach.co.uk and apply, if you really want to the network, because it is one good network, and I've been here for about half a year now. Man.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, that is one long time. And so thank you guys for watching. If you like this episode, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time.